Alright, we're doing the chapter 2 review, last few questions, the problem sum questions. Alright, this is just so that I can save this inside the website and you all can look at this for your revision for the mid-year exam. Okay, looking at this, a group of 3 adults and 10 children bought tickets to watch a dance performance. Each adult ticket cost $7 more than each child ticket. The group paid a total of $125. What was the cost of each child's ticket? Alright, when we look at this again, we're going to highlight the important points. Alright, so the first one is they're telling you that there are 3 adults and 10 children. Okay? Then the next piece of information here would be it's orange. Each adult ticket costs $7 more. Okay, so this is giving you a clue on how to draw your model already. Okay. Lastly, the group paid a total of $125. Okay. So now we're going to draw our model. Okay, we have adult and we have children. Okay, adult. Just draw one random unit first. Okay. Now, since an adult has $7 more than a child, okay, it means the child will have $7 less than an adult. You look shorter, something like this. Okay, now right now we know that how many adults altogether? There were 3 adults altogether. So this top adults, right, you're going to multiply by 3. Okay, and for the children, there are 10 children, so we multiply it by 10. Okay, so from this we have to be very clear on what we need to do. Alright, if the adult has $7 more and they're altogether 3 adults, right? So altogether the amount that the total adults are paying altogether is $7 times 3 more. Alright, so first we know that this entire grouping here is $125, right? So now if we can find what is 3 times $7, okay, so $7 times 3, $21. Alright, so now you know that the adults pay a total of $21 more, okay, if compared if they were a child instead. Alright, so what we need to do now is just take the $125 minus the $21. Okay, we will get $104. Right, so this $104, now we have to count how many units are there altogether. After taking away the $7 over here, right, we are left with 3 children units in the adult section, and then we are left with the 10 children units from the children itself. So total here we have 3 plus 10, we have 13 units altogether. Okay, so 13 units equals to $104, right? Like that, 1 unit has to be equals to 104 divided by 13. Alright, let me just get my calculator out. Right, 104 divided by 13 will give you 8. 1 unit is 8. Okay, so what's the cost of each child ticket? Simply is $8. Oops, sorry, forgot my units. Question 7. In a car park, there are 5 times as many cars as motorcycles. There are a total of 264 views. How many cars are there in the car park? Okay, so when we look at this, the best way to do this is actually by using the sets model. Okay, when I say sets model, means the huge big circle thing. Alright, inside one of these, we know there are 5 times as many cars as motorcycles. So inside here you have 5 cars and you have 1 motorcycle. Okay, then here it says we know that for each car, okay, each car has how many wheels? Each car has 4 wheels. Alright, so to find how many wheels the cars are providing, right, you have to take the 5 cars multiply by the 4 wheels. Alright, equals to 20 wheels altogether. This is wheels. Okay, and for the motorcycle only has 2 wheels, right? So it just contributes to 2 wheels. Okay, so in total over here, alright, there will be in total, right, okay, there will be 22 wheels altogether. Okay, we take the 20 wheels from the cars plus the 2 wheels from the motorcycle. Okay, so now from we look at this, we have to find out how many sets. Okay, we got to find out this whole thing is times how much. Alright, so what we do, we got to find out from the wheels how to take it away, right? So this one is 264 wheels. alright, divided by the 22 wheels in one set. Okay, this will give me 12. So altogether here there are 12 sets. Alright. Now you want to find out how many cars are there in the car park? Easily, we just take the 12 times the 5 cars inside one set. Okay, you'll get 60. Okay, altogether there are 60 cars. That's the answer. Alright, you notice for this question I purposely forgot to highlight the thing. Alright, but please remember that okay, if you are weak at trying to break down or your English not that good, right, you always have to break them down. Okay, there's not much to highlight for this one in this case. It's a short question, alright, easy to understand. Okay, question 8. A shop sells erasers at $1 each and in packets of 6 at 1 packet for $4. Right? Edmund wants to buy 38 erasers. What's the least amount of money that Edmund will need? Okay, shop sells erasers at $1 each and in packets of 6. Alright, this is the first information that we have. Okay, this would be the second information we have. Okay, in packets of 6. Alright, the information we have, he wants to buy 38 erasers. Now you notice here, it's quite a common thing you can find in like maybe supermarkets or departmental stores where they try to sell more by making it cheaper if you buy more. Okay, so if you buy 6 for $4, of course if you're buying 6 you definitely want to pay $4 instead of $6, right? Okay, so here it's actually some sort of a group question. Okay, so if I were to draw my pizza here, okay, it's actually a very simple one. Okay, inside here there are 6. Alright, the only thing inside there is the number of erasers, 6 erasers. And how much is this whole thing cost? $4. Okay, alright, so now we have to find how many sets, but this one is slightly different. Okay, because now you see there are 38 erasers. Alright, and we want to find how many sets, by the way we have to take 38 erasers divided by 6 erasers, right? But this is what is going to happen. Okay, if we take 38 erasers divided by 6, okay, take note when you're doing this kind of questions, always leave your answer in remainder. Alright, you get 6, remainder 2. Okay, don't give me decimal points, don't give me fractions, just leave it in remainder. Okay, so from here we know that actually this thing, right, they are altogether 6, because you see the 6 here, there are 6 sets, so we can multiply by 6. But after that, okay, after multiplying by 6 sets, okay, we have to plus 2 more erasers. You get it? Because the 2 erasers, he wants to buy 38, but the last 2 is not in sets of 6. Okay, and therefore he has to pay you have to pay the last 2 at $1 each. Okay, so we're just going to do what's inside the big brackets first. Alright, we're just going to take because you see total 6 sets and it's $4, so we just take 6 times $4 or $4 times 6, whichever. Okay, you get $24. So it's going to get $24 from these sets of 6. Okay, now next we have to add in the 2 that's not inside the sets. So these 2 will be sold at $1 each. Alright, and the shop will get and Edmund will have to pay $2 for just these 2 erasers. Okay, final answer will be we add both of them up together, we'll get $26. Okay, now question 9. Ahmad and Daryl had an equal amount of money at first. Ahmad's father gave him $180 and Daryl spent $255. Ahmad then had 4 times as much money as Daryl. How much money did each of them have at first? Alright, it's not an easy question. You see, it's a start question. So you always want to highlight to make it simpler. First, you know that, okay, these 2 boys, same amount of money at first. Okay, second, Ahmad's father gave him $180 and Daryl spent $255. Okay, so this is telling you how much to cut and how much to add on the models. Alright, last but not least, okay, Ahmad then had 4 times as much money as Daryl. Okay, how much money did each of them have at first? Alright, again, when we are dealing with models, I always like to start from the back, start where they say how many times, easier to draw the model. So we got Ahmad, you got Daryl, right? Ahmad had 4 times as much money as Daryl after everything ended. So I'm just going to draw one big unit here. Okay, 4. Okay, and Daryl only had one small sad unit. Okay, now let's work backwards now. Alright, now this thing that I just drew only happened after Daryl spent $255. Correct? So we know Daryl spent money, which means if you want to find out what we have first, we have to add it back in the 255. And then you see here, Ahmad's father gave him $180. Correct? So $180 means before this Ahmad had less. So we have to remove the 180 from the diagram, from the model itself. Okay, so from here I'm going to use another color and I'm going to add Daryl's one first. Okay, Daryl will probably have $255 more, so it probably could be amounting up to here. We don't know how much is it, so we're just going to draw one first. Okay, now Ahmad, right, he got some money. Okay, wait, let me draw this a different way. Okay, maybe draw it somewhere here. Okay, and this guy called Hamid. Is it Hamid? No. Ahmad's father gave him another $180. So if let's say we are already done with Daryl, and we know because Daryl spent 255, that's why he got that remaining only one unit left, right? So we're going to work backwards now. We know that at the end, okay, they both have the same. So after I add back the 255 that Daryl used, right, I got to understand, okay, that this portion here of what Ahmad get was actually what was given to him by his father. Okay, so this would be 180. Okay, and this would be $255. Alright, now take a look. Okay, it's just like some of the worksheet 2.2 questions. Alright, we can see commonly here it's like that. Okay, so we're going to look at these 3 units here. We can see that the blue part is $180. What about this part here? How much do you think it is? Just look directly below. We know this is $255. Alright, so now we know that 1, 2, 3 units is actually equals to $255 plus $180. Okay, so we're going to draw a model now. 3 units is actually $255 plus $180. Okay, what will I get from this? $435. Alright, so we find what's 1 unit now. 435 divided by 3, you get $145. Okay, how much money did each of them have at first? Alright, so basically we found 1 unit which is $145. We always want to do the simpler one, so we just look at what Daryl had. Okay, please take note, I'm just going to highlight it for you so it's easier to see. Okay, this Ahmad guy, okay, had this amount at first. Daryl also had this amount at first. Okay, so we're just going to do the simple math. We take the $145, we add back the $255, we will get a resulting $400. Okay, so this is the amount that each of them had at first because they had the same amount at first. Okay, let's move on to question 10. Susan had $120 and Patrick had twice as much money as her at first. Okay, Susan received some money and Patrick spent some money. The amount Susan received was 3 times as much as the amount Patrick spent. They had the same amount of money in the end. Okay, now let's highlight the major points first. Right, Susan had $120, Patrick had $120. Okay, Patrick had twice. Okay, now let's see, we can actually group these together, okay, because they do the same thing. Okay, Susan received some money and Patrick spent some money. Okay, the amount that Susan received, right, is the amount that Susan received is 3 times the amount of what Patrick received. Okay, they had the same amount of money at the end. Now you see for this one, right, there are actually 4 different things that we are looking at here. Okay, so it's slightly more complicated. That's why it's a start question. Alright, now we're going to start. Now where shall we start from? Okay, now take note that usually where I will start from the blue color one, okay, now I can't start from the blue color one because actually the blue color one is actually the amount that Susan received was 3 times more than the amount that Patrick spent. Do you think we can start from there? Actually we want to, we can. Alright, but this time I'm going to start from the green color one. Okay, now Susan, alright, because that was very clear cut. Susan, okay, had $120. Correct? And Patrick had twice as much money as her. Okay, so we go here, double the units, somewhere here. Okay, connect it over there. 120. So Patrick has 120 here, 120 here. Okay, amount. Then now we have done the green portion. Okay, we're going to look at the red portion now. Susan received some money and Patrick spent some money. So Patrick has to reduce some of that money that he has over there, and Susan has to increase. By how much? Okay, so we are saying that actually the amount that Susan received was 3 times as much as the amount Patrick spent. Okay, so here's a bit tricky. Alright, we see if Susan received 3 times as much as the amount that Patrick spent. Alright, which means what's the total number of units? If we were to draw another model to show how Susan, or rather to represent how the total spendings as much as the total spendings and receivings. Okay, Susan received 3 units. Okay, and then Patrick, okay, spent 1 unit. What's the total number of units here? Okay, total is 4 units. Okay, so here I'll give you a good idea on how you can draw the next part of your diagram, of your model, sorry. Okay, so here I'm going to, we know that here, okay, sum is taken out. We split this into 4 units. Alright, why 4? Because we got a 4 from over there. Okay, and we know that this Susan, she spent 3 times more. Okay, she spent 3 times more than this guy called Patrick. So if she has 3 units here, okay, and Patrick spent away this small bit here, okay, which is, you see, 1 versus 1 of these versus 3 of those on top. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and after that, right, they will be getting the same amount. Okay, so from here, alright, we know that the bottom says that 4 units is 120. Correct? We know that 4 units here is actually 120. Right, because this 120 is actually representing the whole thing here. Right, then we find 1 unit. 1 unit will be $30 divided by 4. Okay, so we want to find how much did Susan receive. Okay, so Susan received would be this red color portion over here. Okay, so just need to find what's 3 units. 3 units will be equal to $30 times 3. You get $90. Okay, answer is $90. Please don't forget your final working. Okay, so that's all.